Have you ever felt that someone was trying to manipulate you, and when they couldn't, they turned your life upside down, especially just to hurt you? And it's not that you've got proof that they were doing this, especially just to hurt you, but you just knew. You just knew, because why else would this person be doing that? In which case, my friends, you might have been dealing with a narcissist. They'll destroy you when they can't control you. And so you're probably thinking, like, why is this control such a big thing? Like, what's going on here? But the control for a narcissist is a huge thing, because actually for them, this is really important, because this is something that they use, okay, to hurt you. They use this to hurt you. When they hurt you, it means that they can manipulate you. And ultimately, this is all done for the manipulation. Got to understand that what we're talking about here, narcissism, is a complex personality disorder. Like, people can have traits of it, sure. And I've talked about this in a lot of the videos. People can have traits of it. But ultimately, when you're thinking about, like, we're talking about narcissism is a personality disorder, and that's quite a debilitating axis 1 disorder, my friends. It is not something to be taken lightly, all right? It is a characterization for this attention, this validation that they need, a lack of empathy, a deep sense of entitlement, like, yeah, why can't I do that? Yeah, that's what I need, that's what I'm going to do, regardless how it affects the other person. When they can't manipulate, when they can't control you, believe me, they get very annoyed about this. Things will take a dark turn. So you got to understand that narcissists thrive on control. They manipulate people around them to maintain their own self-esteem, keep them trapped in a dynamic. It's almost like you're held prisoner. But what happens when they meet someone that sees through all of this, or someone eventually sees through all of it, and they refuse to be controlled? This is what I'm going to be talking about in this video. But just really quickly, just before we get into the video, I just want to let you know that I do go live on this channel at the end of every month, usually on a Tuesday. They have been such a vibe recently. And if you have any questions, or there's something that is on your mind, please know that you can always join the live stream, ask any questions, and they should be getting answered. Please do check the community tab for more details. Okay, my friends, so we're going to be looking at what happens when the narcissist can't control you anymore, and how they're going to destroy you because they can't control you. This is a phenomenon, my friends. And I know that many of you have actually been through this, which isn't fair, which isn't nice. I mean, of course, it's not nice when someone wants to destroy you, but let's look at this. Let's look at why they actually do this. So these are the tactics of destruction, as I like to call them. So usually, or the most common things that narcissists do, remember, this will vary from person to person, situation to situation. So you've got to use your own discernment here. Have a look, have a listen, and perhaps maybe you might find certain aspects that are happening. But what I would say to you, these are the most common ones, and maybe you'll find yourself understanding this a little bit better. So the first one, what I would say, is the smear campaign. What happens in a smear campaign, okay, is that the narcissist will, in fact, people that you know, like friends, like family, maybe even mutual friends, what they will do is they will often try and control how others see you. So what they might do is they might say some really nasty things, some lies. What they might do, and I remember one of my clients saying this, when they had broken up, because the narcissist couldn't actually get to her anymore, what he did was he showed all of the text message exchanges to kind of like their mutual friends and some of her friends. And then what happened was he would turn it around and make it look like she was the bad person, wasn't returning the answers to the messages, was being rude, was and he painted her out to be a rude person and putting all the blame onto her. So that's just one example of what a narcissist might do. You know, another example might be they will tell other people what an awful person you are, like try to destroy your character, try to destroy who you are, the way that you are. And this is about twisting the truth. Okay, so it looks bad on you so that other people see you in this bad light. And the reason why this is very prevalent for the narcissist is because a narcissist will want other people to see you in a particular way. Because when the narcissist starts saying things about you, they already understand that you are not a good person, because the narcissist has put certain ideas, planted certain seeds in people's minds so that you come off worse, you look worse. And that's done because the narcissist wants to feel like they're the ones that are in control. They're the ones on top. They don't want to look at this and think that they are the ones to blame for the breakdown of the relationship. No, that's not what's happening here. They want everybody, okay, to believe that you are the worst person. This is, you know what, like if you really look at this, this is so immature. Like, who's got time to play these games? Who's got the energy, you know, to even think of these malignant things to do? And say this about you. Like, the narcissist will do this because they want to invest time and energy. Remember, for them, it's about other people seeing you as the worst person and them being on top. Their image, their reputation matters. So if yours goes down the pan, they're laughing. The next one is gaslighting. And I really hate this one, right? Meaning this is so bad that it actually happens. And I really think this is one of the most evil form of abuse that there is, gaslighting, where you basically change the perception of somebody's reality. Now, I don't think there is anything worse than that. This is through lies. This is through betrayal. How can someone do that? I think it's one of the worst things that can ever happen to a human being. All right. And they blame you. They blame actions on you. They blame that everything is your fault. You feel like you are losing your mind. And I feel like for those of you that have been in it, it's when you're at that point where you feel that you're losing your mind, you think to yourself, I've never thought those things before. I've never thought of myself in that way, or I've never actually thought of life in this way. And then along comes this person and they completely skew the way that you see things. Like, I mean, this is one of the worst things that anybody can do. And it really causes doubts. It really affects your self-esteem and your confidence. And this is where a lot of people say that they feel a shell of their former self, because probably that is true, my friends. Probably that is true that you feel like that, because losing your mind is so serious because there's so much abuse that has happened. They'll deny things that they've said or done. They'll blame you for their actions and try to make you feel like you are the one that is at fault when you know that that is not true. So the next one is isolation. Okay, and that's isolating you from friends, from your family, from anyone that you know, anyone that could give you a different perspective on what is happening. Okay, so narcissists will often try to isolate their targets from friends or family or sources of support, simply because they know that what they are doing is wrong, but they don't care. As long as they're getting what it is that they need, they will continue to do that. Because remember, it's all about the narcissist getting their own needs met. So that is what a narcissist will continue to do because it serves them. Now, when someone is isolated, I remember I had a client as well. I just want to give this as an example. And she was saying to me that she wanted to go and see her parents. She hadn't seen her parents for about 6 months. She was from another country and she was working abroad and she wanted to go and see them. She got into a relationship with a narcissist. And the narcissist kind of like made out that they shouldn't go, or she shouldn't go and see her parents. But before the narcissist actually had come into her life, every year they had spent their Christmases together, because in some cultures, obviously Christmas or certain festivals are really important, are very like family orientated. And I know that for a lot of us, Christmas is exactly that. It's when the family all gets together. It's a really important time of year. For a lot of people, it is probably one of the very few or only times that you get to see your family. And so to have that taken away from you, it's a really big scar. It's a really big thing. And this is where a narcissist felt that they had the right to be able to decide whether this person spends their time with their family or Christmas with people that they love. And how bad is that? Because the narcissist decided that. So this is to isolate her. This is to stop her from having a good time. Because you know why? I think I said to the client, I said to her that I think that a lot of this was to do with the fact that all the attention would be away from the narcissist. And he probably couldn't bear that. And that's why he felt that actually forbidding her to go for Christmas was a way of him regaining that control, regaining that manipulation. Now, one of the biggest things as well in control is manipulation. The two kind of go hand in hand. Emotional manipulation. So what happens with that is they use affection and approval as tools of control. It's not that the fact that they mean it, it's not that the fact that they don't mean it, but they use them as tools against you. They're using emotions as tools. And what happens is they're giving and they're withdrawing to keep you hooked, so that you are always walking on eggshells. You don't know what's going on. You can't understand why these things are going on. You can't predict the next move because you don't know what is going to happen. You don't know whether you're going to catch them in a good mood or not. And this is the problem. That's what emotional manipulation does. It really severs any type of bond, any type of connection, and it causes actually this trauma bond to this person. So a lot of you, I know a lot of you, because I hear this a lot in the lives, I hear this in the comments. When the narcissist leaves, when they have gone, it's really hard for you then to get over somebody like this. Really hard for you to come to terms that actually this has been the case. This is what has happened. Simply because you are trauma bonded, you are in this space, you are feeling really bad, you are not understanding what has gone on. And also because another aspect to this is because you've not had closure. You've not had anyone tell you, oh, this is exactly it. It's all about keeping you off balance. It's all about manipulation. It's all about you being trapped in this dynamic. It's not like you're even in this dynamic because you actually really, really want to, but you do, but you want a healthy relationship. But with this person, this is never going to happen. And I did a video all about this, like why you will never have a healthy relationship. And I know that's really sad, and I'm going to link it here for you guys. And I know it's really sad because you actually want to have some sort of a relationship with this person. But the sad truth is that you can't have a relationship with this person because for them, it's not about growth. For them, it's not about moving forward. It's about keeping you stuck. It's about keeping you in a control, okay? Keeping you in a trap so that you don't progress, you don't move on, you don't actually understand yourself. So these are the kind of tactics that they will use. And it makes it very dysregulating to think that somebody would behave in this way. But what you're looking at here is the relationship dynamics with this person. This person doesn't want a relationship. They want to be able to control you. They want to be able that you do everything that they want you to do. Because they don't know how to have a relationship. They don't know how to have a bond with another person. Remember, think about their upbringing. Think about the way that they have been brought up. What they're doing is emulating those circumstances, those childhood experiences. And what they're doing them is they're bringing them to the relationship. That's what's happening. So they've grown up in these dynamics where they've had to constantly bend to the will of their parent or their parents or their caregivers. They never were accepted about like who they are. All that's ever happened is that they have always had to fight for approval and validation, where it's come to a point now in their adulthood that they make someone else do that because that's what their parents done to them. That's what they're going to be doing to another person. They don't know any other way. And I know that some of you have actually asked me, is there a way to be able to cure, or is there a cure for narcissism? Is there a way that a narcissist will be able to relate better with their partner or other people in, like friends, or maybe even their family? But the thing is with narcissism, because we're talking about a personality disorder, these are actions, these are ways that the narcissist knows how to be. These are behavioral patterns. And the thing is, the reason why the narcissist behaves in this way, or the way that they are like this, is because this is something that has been taught from childhood. This is something that has caused them to become like this because they also had an abusive childhood. They've also had and suffered trauma. But what they have done is they've internalized it, and then they've built up these defense mechanisms, creating a dysfunctional ego, which causes them to behave in this way against another person, because they are there to just hurt the other person because they want to get value, they want to get regard, they want to get validation and attention from another person. They never give back. It's all one-sided because it is all about an external locus of control. They externally want the validation. They want that other person externally to give them and meet their needs. So I know that dealing with a narcissist is incredibly challenging, but you're not alone. Understanding these tactics will really help you to move forward, will really help you in protecting yourself and reclaiming your life. Ultimately, that's what you've got to remember. This is about you reclaiming your life. You can't make a relationship work with a narcissist. That doesn't happen. It's just near enough impossible because they can't actually have a healthy relationship. So I really hope that this video has helped. I really hope that you can get value from this. And if you find yourself that perhaps maybe you are recognizing that you have been in this type of a dynamic, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. Please see the description box below for more details, and subscribe to the channel. Please do like the video. And share it. Maybe this might help someone who is going through this. We need to hear this, who needs to hear this message. Stay strong, stay informed, and take care of yourselves. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.